$3 million, that's a lot of money, but it pales in comparison to what criminals in Minnesota's Somali community have apparently now stolen from all of you, U.S. taxpayers. Now, that includes possible Medicaid fraud, COVID fraud, and even a scheme to steal money from a program set up to feed hungry children. The federal government is now investigating what is over $1 billion in stolen taxpayer money. Now, based on reports, the final total could be in the billions and billions of dollars. According to the U.S. Attorney in Minnesota, there is only one way this level of fraud is even possible. Take a close listen.
These are federally funded programs. They happen in every U.S. state. What happened here in Minnesota that allowed this fraud to materialize, to metastasize?
It appears that the people at the highest levels of responsibility in the government of the state of Minnesota looked the other way.
In other words, Minnesota Governor, good old Tim Walz, has a lot of explaining to do. Instead, a very anxious-looking Tim Walz, he's making one excuse after another. He blamed Donald Trump. Of course, always blame Donald Trump for bringing attention to this important issue. Take a look at this.
I think this idea that the Somali community is to blame for this because they didn't do more, I think that's how we got into this. And that's, you know, again, I know we're not going to lose the whole plot here. All this work that's being done, Donald Trump brought this to the attention like this is something brand new. This is not brand new, and it's been being worked on. But he made it white hot and very dangerous.
Okay, this is real money that is being stolen from taxpayers, and whistleblowers warned the governor. And when asked, he deflected with a bizarre rant about white men. Take a look.
Do you want to hear more from members and leaders from the Somali community to say, we need to look at ourselves, we need to hold our own neighbors accountable, because look at the damage that this has done to our community. What do you want to hear more from, instead of just saying, don't blame us? Do you want to see more ownership and oversight from within?
Look, it's not law-abiding citizens. If that were the case, there's a lot of white men should be holding a lot of white men accountable for the crimes that they have committed.
Now, Mr. I support feminine products in boys' bathrooms repeated a popular hoax on the left accusing the Trump administration of deporting American citizens and combat veterans. Take a look at this.
They took American citizens. They deported a U.S. combat veteran who served this nation in uniform and deported him to South Korea, a country he has not been in since he was 8 years old.
Here's the problem. None of that is true. The foreign national he was referring to self-deported after being ordered to leave by the Obama administration. His 2010 deportation orders were the result of a multi-year prison sentence over drug charges. Oh, and by the way, jumping bail. But clearly, Tim Walz doesn't care about the truth. He wants to shield himself and his friends in the Somali community from any scrutiny. Big voting bloc in Minnesota, which does beg the question, why? What did Tim do or not do? Why did he not listen to whistleblowers as part of this historic fraud scheme? Thankfully, Tim Walz, he's never going to make it anywhere near the Oval Office, but sadly, this recently uncovered effort to steal from all of you extends well beyond Minnesota's borders. Look at this. According to a FoxNews.com report, Minnesota is just the tip of the spear. An attorney from Ohio now sounding the alarm about a possible multi-billion-dollar Medicaid fraud scheme from members of the Somali community in that state. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.